What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics. So it's about 8 p.m. my time in the evening. I just ate dinner, which, by the way, was a burnt chicken salad. I just put this Asian marinade sauce in the pan, and then just leave it on high on both ends of the chicken, and it gets this nice sort of caramelized burnt. Those of you heterocyclic amine conscious folks are like, fucking mistake, man. I know, but it's just so good. And I was thinking about, working out while cutting. So the way that I've always cut weight after a big bulk, just to sort of see what's left over, or anytime that I've needed to lose weight in the last 4 years, I've used some variation of, and then further refined Shred. Shred is a fat loss program that we offer at livecortex.com. You work directly with me. Highly effective at shedding fat. Getting lean, looking good, but also still eating pizza, not depriving yourself of macros. And when I use Shred, or the principles in Shred, and when I'm cutting, regardless, even prior, what I found is better for me, assuming that I have built a good bit of muscle at the gym, and now I just want to see what I'm left over with, is not working out while cutting. Not working out while losing weight. Hear me out. So let's just start with the myriad of things that are wrong with that, and or that could go wrong, or that could hinder your process. And that's really the bulk of why you shouldn't do it, in my opinion. Number one, you're calorically restricted a good bit of the time, right? So to put yourself in a position where you're taxing muscles and having to rebuild torn muscle tissue when you're in a caloric deficit, that ends up pulling from other places, right? These are the kind of conditions that, done long enough, put people in adrenal hormone problems, cortisol issues, otherwise fatigue problems, testosterone problems, etc. So you got to be really careful with that. But the primary reason that if you're cutting and trying to shed some fat, that working out may not be a good idea for you. I'm not saying it isn't perfect. It's people that are heavy weightlifters and so focused on the superhero physique, Kino body type physique or something, or what's the guy's name, Mike Matthews, bigger than or stronger guy, kind of physique. I get how you go about it. You still work out because you're trying to retain as much fat muscle as possible during the process while losing fat, which is really, really hard, but it can be done. But it's really fucking hard. So I don't work out while cutting for this specific reason. If I do work out, right, while I'm trying to shed fat and I'm in a mild caloric deficit over a consistent period of time, then it puts me in a place where I want to eat more naturally, where the hunger, so a good weight loss program or a good way to cut should never leave you hungry. You should not, and not just by stuffing yourself with fat and turning off satiety hormones, but by getting what you need, largely in micronutrients, macronutrients, and getting enough food, etc. It should never leave you hungry. If you're cutting and you're going to the gym and you're pushing PRs or trying to get close to them, or doing cardio, you're more likely to sort of compensatorily overeat. You're more likely to, in a compensated fashion, overeat. Eat more calories, because then you'll be in a super deficit, right? You generally should only be in a 100 or 200 calorie deficit, over the course of a sustained period of time when you're trying to lose weight. But you go and expend 500 at the gym, well, damn it, dude, you're gonna need that back, and you won't be able to control it as easily. Control not eating food as easily, right? Or sticking to your regimen or whatever. Then it just sort of changes everything. Then you're like, okay, well, sure, it can be done, but you have to know exactly how many calories you burned at that point. So that adds this whole other thing into the mix that doesn't need to be in the mix for most people. And then you have to make sure that you're able to meet that satiety and still be in that mild caloric deficit, which is really, really hard, because the workout and then the energy deficit you end up in after the workout, it just sets up the conditions for overeating, right? You work out, you burn 400 calories. You're not really conscious of how many calories you actually burned. Maybe it's 300, but you're hungry because now you're in a place where your energy is deficiting. You just burnt more, especially after workout. The first thing you want to do, if you fasted during the workout, if you ate breakfast early and then went to the workout 2-3 hours later, is eat. You want to eat. So working out while you're cutting puts you in this place where you want to eat and you sort of overcompensate. You're more hungry, and it's a lot harder to control the caloric intake. And if you're not getting specific with the numbers, it's really difficult. That does not mean that exercising while you're on a cut is a bad thing. The exercise you should do is just walking. Walking. Walk a mile or two, walk like a mile or something, on a local trail or whatever. Like, when I'm doing shred, and I'm camping with my gal or something, we walk. We might mildly hike, but we definitely walk. I'm rarely sitting. I'm going around scavenging wood and just doing things and hanging out and doing stuff like walking, burning calories walking. So walking is okay so long as you're not walking like 3 to 5 miles. Do a couple, and you should still be able to do it. But intensive workouts when you're trying to cut just sets you up to overeat. It just puts you in a place where now there's this energy deficit that's significant. You're not even used to it. Then you got to go eat more. If you're not specific on the numbers, it's so easy to go over. It's so easy. And then people end up in this place where like, I'm fucking working out and I'm on this, modified eating regimen. I'm not losing weight. It's because you're working out, right? And you're overcompensating. The hunger ends up being too much. You're getting to that place where you're starting to burn into reserves, whatever that may mean. And specifically, you start taking from resources elsewhere in your body, to compensate for what's happening. And there's nothing good about that. Okay. So I do not work out while cutting, unless I'm like really, really trying to achieve like some superhero physique, some like bodybuilder physique, which I'm not into, and it is so successful the way that shred operates and the way that I operate in cutting weight that like I literally feel awesome all the time. I'm not hungry. Like I eat, man. I eat, and it's amazing, and I feel great. But I'm never in that place where I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta eat a lot, and then I'm like, then I overcompensate and eat too much, and I stall. Never. So that's my take on working out while cutting in this specific situation. Those of you who don't want to lose weight, it's fairly simple. Just go get shredlivecortex.com. The strategy put into this program is, it took me years to figure out and then test it on a bunch of men for free, but it's highly effective. Like, I can guarantee you will make you lose weight. If you follow my instructions, this is the case for all the consults, because some people don't, you'll get the result. Just get shredlivecortex.com, lose some fat. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Talk to you next time.